Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, BMW race cars. It's time for some sensational TV. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. That means it's the Wednesday Cup, the midweek madness. And if you were around last week, there was plenty of that. This series is taken off as well. We've got a full grid of elbows out drivers out there tonight, all vying for track position and glory. My co-commentator and partner in crime, Zach O'Reilly, joins me as always. What's the mood like in the briefing room?
The briefing room sounds a bit quiet. They're a little bit tense, the old boys out there. But it should be really, really good for racing tonight, Christopher. I'm looking forward to it. And the Croft circuit, geez Louise, this is a belter of a track to race at. And qualifying is also very important. We got some ballast coming tonight as well for a couple of drivers. So it's not going to be as easy as it was last round at Morgan Park, Christopher Munro.
Yeah, absolutely. Once the ballast comes out, that'll slow down the quicker drivers and bring the mid-pack up towards the front as well, which can only mean one thing: better racing, ladies and gentlemen. So we are all looking forward to that, and that will happen after every race as well. So the winner will receive 5 kilos ballast, and that will go into his ballast account. And we'll keep adding up over the season. And we'll get to a point where all these fast drivers will be around the same pace. And I can't wait for that to happen. So it's gonna bring the action for everyone at home. Welcome, viewers. Welcome, everyone in the chat. We got Ron Marsh. We got Fabian Fitness asking when Quali's starting because he's having dinner. So the last minute nutrients there for the fitness man. What's he going to eat? Just 10 kilos of protein before the race, some carbohydrates, some slow release energy. Matt Hagman says, my mustache is gone. It is. I got lazy and couldn't keep up the treatment on the side, so I thought I'd dock the mustache off, keep it all even, and grow a big fat beard like Zach O'Reilly here.
Oh, geez, yeah. Mine's getting too long, so we'll be trimming that ASAP at the moment. My mum calls me a terrorist. But anyway, nonetheless, we'll keep it to that. As we go along, it's great to have everyone with us. And this is the championship standings at the moment. You have got Benny Hines there absolutely flying for his debut, taking the P1 already. So look out for him tonight. Jake Buttigieg as well there, only 2 points behind him. So hold on his collar. Nathan Hughes ready to rumble in third place. Sarge Illich, a big surprise packet, that man at the moment, just driving these BMWs from pillar to post and loving life. Hayden Wallace on P5 there, only 1 point behind Sarge as well. So that's interesting. Our Jason McFadden, the first of the Kiwis, right there in 5th place. Hayden Cook, his counterpart, in 6th, only a couple behind him, behind him as well. One between Pedersen and Cook. Paul Buttigiegs into the chat in 9th place, and then Ezra Simons. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely stunned that I'm seeing his name there when I was typing out the standings. But he is there, and he is loving life at the moment. So that is a pearler for this season to start with, and with 24 cars I think are on track at the moment, nearly odd. It's going to be beautiful racing, Christopher.
Yeah, tight little circuit like Croft. It's going to bring out the action indeed, and you can see how tight they are in the standings. I expect it to be even tighter out there racing, bumper to bumper or nose to tail, door to door, whatever you like. It's all going to be happening here very shortly, viewers. But in the meantime, we should check out tonight's format and which circuit we're going to. So let's go racing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the David Croft circuit. What's he say at the start of the race? And we're off and racing. Whatever it is.
Away
we go. It's England, round 2. It's a 3.3 kilometre circuit, so nice little mid-range there with 16 turns. A couple of hairpins as well, so that'll bring the action. We got 13-minute qualifying. That should be 8 minutes. We got 15-minute qualifying. Race 1. With 16 minutes in race 2 with a top 10 reverse grid, 17 in race 3, top 15. That's the usual stuff. Our debutant Benny Hines has been putting the practice in. A 120.9, dipping into the 120s. We'll see how many blokes can follow him tonight in the old in the 120 stakes. We're going to find out very shortly as well, because the guys are just finishing off their final little tyre pressure adjustments. That's about all they've got to play with out there in the fixed setup realm here at Wednesday Cup. So if you're watching at home, you don't know too much about setups, but you want to get involved in some hard racing. It's the perfect place to start because you get the setup done for you by the man here, the myth, Zach O'Reilly, who showed us on the weekend that the old dog can still mix it with the young folk, and absolutely towed them up on Sunday.
Yeah, it was good to have that a little bit of involvement back in it, and I'll be back for Bathurst in the Gen 3s as well. So we'll move on from that one. That's race done and won. No point being a hero in the past. It's all about what the future brings,
yep.
And that'll be exciting. But these boys are going to get excited, and viewers, you better get excited as well at home too, because guess what? Qualifying is only a couple of minutes away here at Sensational TV for 8K Racing's Wednesday Cup, BMWs, V8 Judds. What else do you want? Screaming their way through the Croft circuit here tonight. It's going to be a belter. Don't go anywhere. Get those condiments refilled because Sensational TV will be back in just a few moments.
Back on track now, ladies and gentlemen. A short turnaround.
Look at
that. The guys are ready. They're jostling for position already in the pit lane.
Yeah, look at this. It's like a bloody peak hour traffic car park there, ready to rock and roll. But they have to wait because that timing tower has to tick down until they are let out in a minute 35, I think it is, Chris. Or are we going to let them go at 9? Who knows? But nonetheless, look at all those cars. How colourful is that grid? That is full amazement spec. We've got some custom liveries in there. We've got JPS cars. We've got the Buttergigs with their Malta there as well. It's bloody fantastic to see. And the Rangout boys have entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them out there at the moment. Holy cowabunga. There's going to be 3 of them, and they're all going to be fighting for position. So let's keep our eyes peeled here for qualifying, Christopher, because these times worked very, very tight in the practice session. That means anything goes in qualifying. It's going to be tighter once that timing tower ticks down to 8 minutes. They can get themselves set and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely. As we saw, I think that was Ezra Simons there coming to make it 3 wide at the exit of the pit lane. I don't think that's the wisest idea. Once they hit, I don't know if those traffic cones. Yeah, he wants to have another go. No, he goes back to his pit box there to perhaps get a little head start on these fellas. 30 seconds till the lights are green. And look at all the pit crew there, just ready to get run over once these guys come burling out of the pit lane. Speaking of the Rangi boys, they've all got new liveries, but they're all in the same colour, so that'll be nice and confusing for us up here in the box.
Yeah.
They're all around the same pace, so they'll be battling each other as well all night. That is good to see. It looks like Fitness or Buttergig there has the whole shot for the qualifying pit lane. There goes Fabian, about 5 seconds too early. But everyone's off and racing now. Look at them all streaming out. They all sort out their order there very nicely. One of the Rangiart boys getting racy already out of the blocks. Look at them go. How many cars have we got out here on circuit? I reckon at least 24 at the moment. There might be pushing 26 or 7 too. There's quite a few out there. But the first man out on the track is Fabian Fitness, and he's just informed us, well, just before in the chat, that he was actually the fastest during the week, that he's done a 1:20.7, but that he must have done that very recently after that graphic got made. So too bad, Fabian. You're going to have to do it earlier in the week if you want your name up in lights.
He can suck eggs, the old Fabian Fitness. It's only practice. Yeah. But no, we love him. He is a legend and a very, very nice contributor to the man himself, Fabian Fitness. On your screen there right now in that beautiful blue and yellow livery. That looks fantastic out there. And I reckon Falzon's just got a bit of something on for him, because he's given him a 10-place grid penalty for jumping the gun and qualifying, says Matthias Falzon. Where the hell are you, mate? You should be out there on track having a race around at the moment. But anyway, it's good. And you can see these guys now just getting themselves prepped up. Fabian's on the last 2 corners here. This is a hairpin at the final turn of the track, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be overtaking up here, but we're right on board here now with Fabian Fitness. He's going to show us how it's done, the quickest man in practice through the week, as he goes down the front straight away here at Croft Circuit. It's a heavy braking zone just about at the first or second cone there. He jumps the inside, runs it really, really wide. You can use all that apron. Turns 1, 2, and 3 gone in a blink. Then it's a fast sweeping right-hander into turn 4, which is a little left to right here through these tyre barriers. And if you get that wrong there or too wide, you are going to be absolutely singing to the high heavens later on in the pit box. But Fabian's flying at the moment, slamming it down the gears now. 100-metre braking zone into a really, really tricky right-hander here as well. It's insane how this car grips up through that section once you get it right. Accelerating again out. We've got a left kink coming up now. Then we've got this is flat. Right kink here is also flat. Use all the track you possibly can. Use that outside apron. Another flat one through here as well. So the suck is all through 3 bends in a tricky double right-hander. Got to get that car pointed in nice like Fabian does. Use the apron on the exit there and cut it back in for the next right-hander. And then he's way, way out wide, which is perfect. Get the maximum momentum into a really tough braking zone here. Hard to judge where this one is. You can go shallow, you can go wide. It still gives you the same momentum, but then it sets you up for this corner. A right-hander for the second last one here at Croft Circuit. And Fabian's on song here. He's doing 2 minute 40 seconds quicker than his last lap. Holy mackerel, this guy's flying. Well, we all know what that means. It's going to be at least a 1 minute 20 point something as he crosses a 21. Nope. 9. Is that? Oh, yeah, I think it is a 21.9. Oh, it's invalid, so he's stuffed it up.
Yeah, he must have gone outside the lines there, but I think we're a little bit delayed there in the simulcast, so we might have to look into that as we'll go and check out Jason McFadden, who has gone to the top with the 121.3. So expect there to be about another half a second in it for anyone who wants it here tonight. You can see it's pretty tight between Jake Buttigieg and Andre Elliott up there in the top 3. So keep one eye on them. We've got a few newcomers tonight. Here he is down here. Sullivan in 20th position. Let's see what car he's in. The bright green Jägermeister. So you can't miss him out there on circuit, ladies and gentlemen. Just joined for tonight. So good luck to him out there. Debutant as well. Who else we got out there tonight? Greater X is in for this second race of AK Racing. So he's up there in 12th currently. Doing pretty good indeed. Look at the sun rays peeking through the clouds. What a beautiful day in sunny England. You don't often get to say that. But they're just coming around now for their second hot lap. Who is going to start to make ways up the order? It's Fabian Fitness. Finally gets one in. That's a 120.9 crossing the line. Benny Hines up to 4th position currently. Buttigieg still in second with McFadden and Hines sitting there in the second row. Sarge Illich just goes up to 8th position, and Hayden Cook joins the party in 11th. So the Rangier boys starting to get moving.
Yeah, he's getting moving now, and yep, the old Discord just had a bit of a nightmare there, so I'm back. And on song here, we're looking at Hayden Cook there now, going for his third lap here. I think this is for the Croft Circuit, and he's going to be wanting to get a fair bit further up the grid, 2.7 seconds off at the moment. Fabian Fitness is done. The fastest man on track, 120.963. Jay Buttigieg only 3/10 behind him too. So this is interesting now. We're getting fully into it. You can see those times are absolutely closer than you could ever think. Nearly bees dick sort of stuff there between 5th and 6th and Elliott and Nielsen. And I'll tell you what, Christopher, Lachlan Grant right here. It's this is Ryan Nielsen here on song, and his first go tonight here in the Wednesday Cup as well. He's entered himself into the series. Good to see him as well, a regular at AK Racing. But him and Grant are going to be very, very feisty together. And Matt Munro, geez Louise, he's got to get his bells on here at the moment. 9th place, 1.7 seconds off. Can he do anything about it? Let's see what he goes as he rounds the final hairpin here now. Just that tight, shallow exit. You can go wide or cut it back in as well. So different lines here for all these blokes tonight. And he's off on his personal best here until he crosses the line. And that is an outlap for him. So he's going to go for one more here with 2 minutes 20 left. Jeez Louise, this is all cracking on here. When we've only got a couple of minutes to go. Oh, that was close. Nearly got it all done, but that was beautiful avoidance. I think that was Paul Buttigieg right out of the way.
Yeah, just having a little guts there into turn 2 was Paul Buttigieg, but getting on the circuit just in the nick of time, or staying off the circuit just in the nick of time, really, to be collected by Matt Munro coming through, because there's not really much you can do in that little section because you're running it right out wide to duck back in for turn 2, and at that sort of speed and momentum you really can't defer from your line. So that was pretty close to avoid an accident there. Ryan Nielsen popped himself up into the top 5 as well. He's going great guns for the one we for the first race of his Wednesday Cup campaign here in season 16. Grey Waters in the chat. Welcome, mate. He says, who are we tipping tonight for the W? Tell you what, Fitness, it's hard to go past at the moment. He was quick. He says he's done a 120.7, so he's still got a couple of tenths up his sleeve. But we'll see what happens once we start racing, because anything can happen. You miss the start you miss the jump, and then all of a sudden you've got someone up your inside there through those first couple of turns, and you could get absolutely hung out to dry in that big, long, sweeping turn too. So anything could happen here at Croft, but Jason McFadden and Benny Hines just currently swapping positions. It goes bang, bang. Only 1100ths off the lead is McFadden there, really pumping in the times. We've got 45 seconds to go, so it's about time these guys got their wriggle on and put their best foot forward and try and put a qualifying lap together. It's, tell you what, Matt Munro is struggling down there in 12th, maybe a little bit undercooked in the practice department. But we'll see the car come to him as the night goes on. He was pretty quick last week, got a bit of bad luck as well in traffic, but he knows how to avoid it now, and hopefully we see better from him.
He'll be right. He'll be fine. He'll get back up there. The carnage in the racing always comes to his fruition if he's not involved in it. He really gets through. And Captain Kirk's actually just gone. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. He's gone bang with a 120.8. He's just gone faster than everyone. Fabian Fitness 1/10 behind him, and then McFadden. Not too far behind Fabian. So really, really tight top three. That's qualifying done and dusted. Kirk's in. He's had enough. Fabian Fitness is still going around. Jason McFadden is Braden Moore here at the moment. McFadden's on a purple. This could be interesting here, ladies and gentlemen. What's Jace got in his tank here? This is one of the Rangiart cars, and you can see him line astern there. 25 is the number for Jason McFadden tonight as he comes across the line in about 2 seconds' time. Can he pip the man off pole? No, he can't. He doesn't go any faster. He was just a little bit off his own time. But, geez, that was close there. And Captain has held on to pole position. Unless Fabian's got anything to say about it, no, he does not. And that is qualifying there, ladies and gentlemen. Kirk Fitness, McFadden, your top three. We've got Benny Hines in fourth, Andre Elliott fifth, Jake Buttigieg in sixth place, and then we've got Nathan Hughes. He's going to cross the line but not go any faster than what he did. So that is it, all done and dusted. Matt Munro, Dion Clerk and Lachlan Grant and Ezra Simmons, I think, round out your top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Just waiting for the last few to finish their laps, but looking at the timing towers, I don't think anyone's going to go up. He does. Ryan Nielsen at the death with a 1:21.2. That's good. That's good stuff from him. Let's check out the official timing board. We've got Will Kirk in his first Wednesday Cup race here in season 16. He actually joined once the practice server had already started. That was one of the server resets. So he is fresh as a daisy out here, green as hell, and has put it on pole straight away. So that's worrying signs for the rest of the grid. Fabian Fitness will join him on the front row with McFadden and Ben Hines behind those two. Ryan Nielsen up there in fifth at the death with Andre Elliott outside of him. Jake Buttigieg, Nathan Hughes behind them. Matt Munro squeaking into the top 10 with Dion Clerk next to him. Lachlan Grant and Ezra Simons occupy row 6 with Buttigieg and Illich off row 7. Wallace and Moore row 8. Peterson and O'Brien row 9. Hayden Cook and Lucas Greatorex off row 10. We've got Brody Barber and Bensley off 11. Sadler and Ryan Sullivan first time out off the back row. That is row 12. 24 cars out on circuit, and that is plenty. Don't you worry about that. It will be tight. It will be full, and it's going to be some cracking racing coming up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Getting fired up for this one. I tell you what. Look at that tight top 10 overall as well. So it's going to be very, very much sheep stations involved here for race 1 of 3 tonight. You've got to keep your wits about you here, ladies and gentlemen. And as we circulate back in the chopper over the Croft circuit there, holy mackerel, went into light speed there as well. But look at the site of that circuit. Very, very tricky tight turn 1, 2. They got big tyre bundles on the inside, so we're going to have to be wary about that. Keep your hats on track as well, ladies and gentlemen, because this broadcasting team here, Christopher Munro and Zachary Justin O'Reilly, are going to bring you all the action here. Race 1 coming our way at Sensational TV. Don't go anywhere.
Set for a start here, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute till the lights go out. This is going to be good stuff. Will Kirk there has the inside line, and right on his outside, Fabian Fitness. He's keen for a win. I think the pace of Will Kirk's put him off. He's in the chat straight away going, geez, I didn't expect that. He'd come out of nowhere.
Yeah, bloody oath.
And he has too. Ted said he hasn't been in the practice server all week. Joined the server late and whacks it straight on pole. Gee whiz, that's good stuff. Let's hopefully he can keep it all together and hold it on the track and take it to these boys who've been racing these cars for a couple of weeks now. It's 20 seconds to a start. Get your predictions in the chat. Who we got here? Ward says McFadden. Buttigieg and Fabs for race 1. Ooh, that's a bold prediction there. Any of these guys in the top 10 can win it, so we're going to get set for a start now. The lights are up. We are just about ready to get racing, ladies and gentlemen, in Wednesday Cup round 2. Here we go. It's actually Fabian Fitness that gets the jump, but in the second phase, there goes Will Kirk, so he'll have the inside run. Here comes Jason McFadden, though, squeezing up the inside. A little bit of contact with Fitness. He's got his teammate on the outside. Contact there as well. Geez, it's all happening through the back. Let's watch him go through. There's a sideways Rangiak car that has just caused a little bit of a check-up there from everyone else going through. Matt Munro's up a couple of positions there, but look at the gaggle of cars here just fighting for position. Holy moly. But once they all get through, it looks like Sarge Illich has come through as well. But there is Will Kirk off, showing a clean set of heels. Fabian Fitness is behind him with Hines up to third. Andre Elliott slotting into third nicely. Fourth nicely, should I say. Down here, though, here's the battle. Lachlan Grant is on the back of Dion Clerk. Now, this is the battle for 9th position. They've all strung out just like your mum's laundry here at the moment, but where are the battles? They are certainly just starting to form. Here's Ezra Simons. He's got Maury behind him. O'Brien, Paul Buttigieg is that looks like Cook off the track. No, sorry, it's Ian O'Brien spinning around like a top. There's Sullivan getting involved as well. Nothing too serious, but he gets back on the circuit. Whoa, and through goes Johnny Sadler there as well. That was some scary stuff. But here's Paul Buttigieg just up on the inside of Hughes. They're going to go 2x2 around this difficult last little bit of a section here. Hughesy has the inside run. Oh, Buttigieg just gets punted through. Luckily stays on the circuit. That's the first lap of Croft. Will Kirk leads. The battle's on for 6. Fabian Fitness has dropped down through the field as well.
Yeah, he's had a mare at the start there, unfortunately, for Fabs, but I think he got caught up there with that spinning Rangiak car at the point of knot there that we saw. So, interesting racing from all of them in sundry, though. This has been relatively clean at the moment, bar that little incident we saw, top 15, getting through very, very nicely indeed. And now we can see who's going to be the cork in the bottle situation here, and it looks like Jake Buttigieg is on the back of the slower of the Munro brothers there. Can he get the job done here over Matt Munro? Look at this. We're going into the fast left-hand kink, flat out here, right out to the next one, into the right-hander, one more right-hander coming up, and then a very tight section of braking that you can make a move if you're really, really brave underneath, but you can see they're just all a bit cautious. Matt Munro just a little bit wide there. Maybe he checked himself up and just got it pointed and nosed it out on the exit. Beautifully he does. So he survives that corner at the moment. But Buttigieg is right in his wheelhouse at the moment. Full on in the rear vision mirror is that white and red Premier Malta car, and he lost it just by a fraction of a second. But gets it gathered up and manages to keep it on track. And look at the battle that's behind them too. It looks like Fabian's getting all up to the inside. There was Jason McFadden on him too. So cool, that was close. Nearly got the job done, but he's right on his tail here for the next part of the circuit. Can we get down the front straightaway into the turn 1 again without incident? We can, but Benny Hines is catching the Captain Kirk now, only half a second in the lead, so we've got to keep an eye out for that one too, as these two guys absolutely battle hammer and Tom. The two Kiwis having a good crack at it, and on the slide, McFadden again loses it. Oh my goodness gracious me, that is awkward. Oh geez, and he's off again, McFadden. He's lost it and completely looped it. Now he's back on the circuit, nearly causes a 3-car pile up, and think back to he has, and there his car's going off everywhere. Oh geez, it was disaster. McFadden just cannot get in the way or out of the way. He's just got to get back on there and circulate once more time. Sarge has found himself in the top 10 again. This guy is on a charge here, 4th in the championship, loving life at the moment, and it is battle on there for the mid-pack. They're all getting close again.
They all picked up a couple of positions there as well with McFadden and whoever that else was getting tangled up behind. But here's a nice little, oh Jesus, that's Hayden Cook just closing the door on Nathan Hughes. Oh, jeez, and he's outbraked himself there, and that will invite Hughes up the inside. Thank you very much, he says. Paul Buttigieg sees that all happening from the cockpit. We're riding on board. Just wasn't close enough to take advantage of that mistake, but I tell you what, one mistake usually brings another, so if you can just hang in there might be another opportunity that opens up to him, but he'll be certainly ready for that and will not need a second invitation at all. Senior Buttigieg is coming to strength, but he's down there probably a little bit out of position as well. We've seen better from him in the past, so expect him to be certainly looking to move forward in this race. So he's got about, it's about 4/10 now Cookie just putting on the afterburners in that third sector and giving himself a little bit of breathing room behind. But at the moment, it looks like everyone's just sort of strung out a little bit. But Moore and Hughes, the teammates, they're almost coming together. But that's Hayden Cook now is up behind them. This is, they're side by side now. Oh, Hughes just diving up the inside. Surely he's outbraked himself there. Yep, he goes way wide and invites the other two straight back up the inside. Cook gets two in one turn, so he's just buggering off up the road at the moment. The steak is cooked to perfection. Gordon Ramsay, you can hear him. He's going, yeah, that's a great job. That's not raw. It's cooked well, and he's happy about that. But the battle for the lead is now starting to spice up because Kirk has just fallen back into the lap of Benny Hines, and Andre Elliott has also joined the party. It's a top three battle here in race one here at the Wednesday Cup.
Oh, Captain versus Hines versus the Beans, actually. That's what we're going to call him. We're going to call him a tin of beans and Benny Hines. And then we've got Dr. Dre behind, not being forgotten about at the moment too, but look out, Captain. You are getting swamped at the moment. There is absolutely battles galore coming behind you if you get it wrong. And Benny, at the moment, is full tin can sending it as possible as far up the inside as he can, but he can't get that job done now. On board from him as we look across the beautiful skyline there of Croft, absolutely in a lunar eclipse so far, but it's okay because the racing is keeping on going. We don't care about intergalactic stuff going on here at Simsatial TV. These boys just care about the racing, and that's what we're seeing. It is beautiful stuff here. The chef is right on the back of Benny now too, so this is interesting. Oh, yeah, Dr. Dre, sorry, he's right on the back. And he's got to be right on his tail. If he's going to put any pressure on, it's going to be now because this is the tightest section of the circuit coming up into turn 16. If these boys can keep it together, and they can because Hines has ran a bit wide there. Ooh. And now Dr. Dre's going to go up the inside. He's not forgotten about there. He's been reminding him who is right behind him side by side. Benny's lost a position. Doc into second place, and now Hines is under all sorts of pressure there from Nielsen. The funeral director's gone around the outside. He's buried Hines there and said, bugger you, mate. Oh, but he's overcooked it on the entrance of the turn 14. He can't get the job done, but he's on the advantageous side in the hairpin. What are they going to do? Give each other racing room. Beautiful stuff there. And it is still Nielsen who gets out in front, but only just by a bee's dick. He's going to cut the nose off there. It was cheeky stuff there, Ryan. They're one of the hardest defenders on the circuit at the best of times is Ryan. Can he get it done here for T1 and not overcook it? He can. Ben's trying to go the wide line, but now it's inviting Matt Munro into the party. He's come back as the man himself. He's right there in the top five. Three-way battle here for third. This is incredible racing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, straight through the little the tyre barrier chicanes there, so they're all right on it, just missing it by an absolute bee's dick on the outside. All while this is happening, Will Kirk's rubbing his hands together and going, thank God for that, because that has taken the pressure off him and Andre Elliott. They've both got a bit of breathing room, and this is where the action is, ladies and gents. Brian Nielsen battling, holding on for dear life here at the moment with Benny Hines just throwing everything at him, including the kitchen sink. And not Ryan Nielsen, just doing his best impression of Fernando Alonso defending like a lion, and he's only got to do that for another 7 minutes. That's a long time in motor racing, especially here in the Wednesday Cup, because he's going to be coming under fire soon enough from Matt Munro, who is also right up behind Benny Hines at the moment, trying to just force a mistake. Look at the gap there between the tyre bundles. Very nice awareness there from Matt Munro, but we'll ride on board with him and see if he can just try and force a mistake up the inside, show the nose or something to put Benny Hines off his game. I'll tell you what, Benny Hines has been unreal in the first round. He was triple podium getter, I'm pretty sure. So that's sort of who you're dealing with, the consistent driver. And they're one of the hardest to put off their game, whether you're trying to show the nose or trying to go around the outside. There's not much you can do to perturb these kind of guys. All you can do is sit back and maybe force a mistake. You play a bit of chess out there while these guys are playing checkers. That's the only way to get around some of these quick guys. But I tell you what, the gap at the front is just opening up. It's almost 2 seconds here at the moment. Andre Elliott maybe making a little bit of a mistake, but Nielsen can see him still. The headlights are ablaze there of Andre Elliott as well. And that little battle pack has fizzled out for now, but I'm sure that it will take back up again shortly. But back here, the battle for 10th is on. This is the battle for pole position in the next round. So Lockie Grant all over the back of Sarge Illich at the moment, looking up the inside maybe, but there is no way through at the moment for Lockie Grant.
The aggression on Lachlan's input on the steering wheel is nothing I've seen from anyone else. He's just darting it in there so hard. The car absolutely launches from side to side, sways itself around the corner, and it's working wonders for him here at the moment because Sarge is just coming under a little bit of fire now, and he can see that black BMW of Lachlan Grant behind him, cowering, just looking for a way past him at some stage of this race. Looking for awesome stuff. Beautiful power slide there from Lachlan Grant, although not the quickest. It looks bloody good out there, and boy, oh boy, these cars sound good too. They absolutely scream down this Croft circuit, and it is fantastic to see. You can see Ezra Simmons holding on to 9th place there just in front of them. Oh, that was a mistake there from Sarge, and that's going to invite Lachlan Grant up the inside. He's definitely got the run here on him now. They can't go 2 by 2 through this section. Sarge has to give that one up, and that is P10 now. Pole position effectively for the next one. At the moment, only 4 minutes 46 seconds left in this one. Can they get the job done? These two cleanly and fast between them, because if they battle on, I reckon Nathan Hughes could smell something if these guys keep battling, because that 6-second gap will disintegrate in about a millisecond if these guys keep battling hammer and tong. But it looks like at the moment Grant's got the pace advantage so far here in this one. He's just getting a little bit of a tenth or a two that he needs per lap away, and per sector in fact, nearly, from Sarge Illich. So back to the drawing board for Sarge. He's got to get himself back in the zone, get that red mist away from the helmet on the open face one there as well, and keep going. But I tell you what, Matt Munro is there. Oh no, that's Lachlan Grant off. He kept it on though. Nice. Just kept the beans in and said, bugger it, I'm going to keep it planted and hope, and he does that well. Matt Munro, however, and Benny Hines right on each other's clacker. It's absolutely from Matt Munro, caught in 2K again, and he's going to redress it beautifully there, though. Poor old Benny Hines is in the wars. They saw him coming. They see he's leading the championship, and they're taking absolutely no prisoners here in 8K racing for poor old Benny.
Yeah, absolutely. But done the gentlemanly thing, and just to redress that nicely. Here's a little battle between friends. It's Jake Buttigieg and Baby Fitness. Wowee, they're giving it plenty. Let's ride on board with Buttigieg and see how close they are indeed. But it looks like Fabian Fitness just got his measure there in the third sector, or in the first sector, should I say, through that first little difficult section. But these two are going to be battling on for sheep stations indeed. The gap at the front, still 2.5 seconds. Will Kirk just running away with it in his first time out here in Wednesday Cup Season 16. Fabian Fitness he's on the comeback trail. He got off to a poor start. Got tangled up with some Rangiya boys doing some Tokyo drift. Excuse me. And now he's on the comeback trail. Speaking of which, Benny Hines and Matt Munro, after those two having a little coming together, are both now looking to make those positions back to where they were. I think they were 4th and 5th. Oh, now Benny Hines has got stuck in. He's going to have to redress that now. That leaves Matt Munro to overtake him and go up in the 5th position. Dion Clerk's going, come on, Benny, give that one back. I want to get back into that position. But now it looks like Matt Munro's decided to redress. I don't think that was even needed. But look, the kindness has done him in there, and he's lost 2 positions. But that's crazy stuff. A lot of kindness out there. But geez, I think I would have left that one to the stewards.
Well, the stewards can see it differently. I think I saw someone else hit someone, Concertina affected, and that ended in a bad result. So, nonetheless, it's been redressed, and I'm not too sure whether that is an incident for the races or the one that we saw Matt Munro. Probably the first one, I reckon. I think he was the one who bumped everyone, and that was it. That's why he redressed it. So, one for the replay. But nonetheless, geez, that was a bit of lags for Dion Clerk over Benny Hines. He shut himself there at the swerve left and right because Dion nearly entered into his cockpit there. I'll give you the hot tip. Don't think anything about that one, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, it's all going on here. We've got 1:38 left in race 1. We've still got 2 more to go. And it's all happening here at the DCG. I'll tell you what, if Ray Rabs Warren was here at the moment, Chris, I reckon he'd be sipping down on some Fosters and absolutely loving this. But he's not here as of yet. I have not seen him around the traps. But nonetheless, around the traps at the back, Maury is holding on for dear life. 16th position he's got now. Job done over Ian O'Brien. That was a good move under brakes, actually. He got it way in there and kept it on the track. Pedersen in James himself has got... Is it James or Josh? I can't remember. But he's got to be right up there, and he's going to see this little battle start to form. 1:04 left to go. This could be the final lap of the race coming their way, and they're on for a 3-way battle. Oh, Maury's gone wide. That's
no,
also...
Both gone off.
Got some windscreen as well. All 3 of them. All in the fence. A lot of them. Oh, geez, that was incredible stuff. We saw a 3-way battle there, just missed into the bunda. I've never seen 3 cars go off at the same time in the bunda, but they've done it, and that's the first time here at Sensational TV. Who cares about it, though, because they're racing hard, and now Windscreen has got to be looking forward and back because here comes Josh Sadler right behind him as well. This is incredible. He's just darted in, and Josh is just giving him a little bit of a tipster. There is Sullivan trying to get past. I think he's going to get the job done here on Josh Sadler, too, for 20th and 19th place. No, he's not. He just leans out of it. But, geez, this is incredible stuff. Good stuff all round from the racers, giving each other plenty of room when needed, bar the odd occasion. These guys are racing hammer and tong. 10 seconds to go in this one, and Captain Kirk leads by 1.6 seconds, Christopher. That is a great job so far.
Yeah, Kirky's just rounding the final turn, so that will be the race done and won for Kirk. He comes around the final turn with a bit of celebration there in the stands. Will Kirk takes the win after taking pole position, and he will be absolutely stoked with that. 5 kilos ballast coming your way. Ryan Nielsen, what a race from him. Just manages to avoid the carnage. He'll be absolutely stoked with that result. Fantastic drive from him. Andre Elliott, maybe not happy with that, just pulling into the pits straight away. So maybe a missed opportunity in his mind for a bit of a better result. But I tell you what, third place on the podium in any kind of AK racing, it's good stuff. How many times can I say racing? Absolutely ridiculous. Fabian Fitness on the comeback to 4th position. He'll be disappointed with that start, but there's plenty more racing to come where he can prove how big the old Fitness bell end is in the end. But here goes Daniel Clerk in 5th. Benny Hines, what am I talking about? Benny Hines in 6th. Matt Munro quitting the server after a couple of murders caught on camera again. Needs to clean up his act in the racing department. Dead set, fair dinkum. Here is Sarge Illich crossing the line for 8th position. Lockie Grant in 9th, and Jake Buttigieg will start on pole next in race 2. That's an interesting little development there. Who's going to be able to get through and take down Jake Buttigieg after starting at the front? That'll be interesting indeed. But that's everyone past the line. Let's go to the official results here. And from 11th, Zach O'Reilly, who have we got there?
We got Nathan Hughes in 11th place, just missed out by Bees Whisker, unfortunately, for pole. So he's going to sit there with Hayden Cook next to him. Willis will be there as well. Greater X, the Caterpillar himself, in 4th. 14th, we've got James Pedersen there in 5th. Braden Moore 16th with some good defensive driving and some dummies. We just saw on the final lap there was cracking stuff from him, so he'll be all fired up. Ian O'Brien, the windscreen. O'Brien there in 17th. Sam Bensley in 18th place. The haircut, Brody Barber in 19th. Joshy Sadler 20th, and then rounding out the final couple of places on the grid there. Once it gets going, I cannot see it on my thing. That is Ryan Sullivan and poor old Paul Buttigieg. He'll be absolutely killing himself about that one. Ezra Simmons doing some burnouts there for us on stream, and Jace McFadden only lasted 7 laps out of the 11. So disappointing, Jace. Get your skinny razor ass back here for race 2, I say, yes. Christopher Munro, and that's not far away either.
No, not far away at all. Only a couple of minutes, viewers. So if you're feeling like you need to go and relieve yourself, now's the time to do it. You've got a couple of minutes to go and refill your drinks, refill your chip packets, or whatever else you're doing out there in Australia and New Zealand or all around the world. Sensational TV is international. Don't you worry about that. And also, we're knocking on the door of 1,000 subscribers. So if you've got any dummy accounts that are laying around, you can go and give us a little sub to just push
alleged dummies.
Alleged dummy accounts. If you've got a couple of them, get your missus, get your kids, get your mums and dads, your grandmas, your dogs, previous owners, roommates, whoever you can. Get them to come and sub to the great Sensational TV. Get us over the line for 1,000. We'll think of some sort of celebration that can be had on stream for when that happens. Could be a shoey, could be all sorts of things, but we won't know until we cross that threshold, and we're so close yet so far. We need all the support we can get, but thank you everyone out there for doing it so far. That's enough from me. It's enough of the advertising. Let's get ready for race 2, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, how about the vision we're seeing here? Jake Buttigieg off the front row. He's got his finger out the window. That is unreal. There's one at the back too.
Hidden gems of the BMWs, Christopher. Hidden gems.
That is cool. I've never seen that. Driver animations with the old communication out the window.
Yeah, like one finger salute.
Yeah, I hope it's the proper one, but we've got to get the AK modding boys onto that for any future any future mods coming out, we'll get the one finger salute that happens automatically as you get overtaken. That would be some viewing.
Absolutely, I reckon. Geez Louise, I couldn't even think of what I was going to say then. But nonetheless, viewers, we are nearly ready to go racing here. This is incredible stuff. A feisty front row. That is Jake Buttigieg and Lachlan Grant there. Right next to each other. Sar Gillich, Matt Munro take up the second. And then we've got Benny Hines, Dion Clerk, Fabian Fitness, Andre Elliott, Ryan Nielsen, and your winner from race 1, Captain Kirk, in 10th place. So that's going to be interesting to see as well as we get through the rest of the grid. We'll see where these guys come to fruition. Some ballast has been added. Nathan Hughes is there. Merv's Lovechild in 11th place. The Chef in 12th. We've got Wallace Braveheart in 13th. We've got the Caterpillar in 14th. Pedersen in 15th. More or less in 16th place. The Windscreen, Bensley, the Haircut, 19th respectively for the haircut, 20th for Joshy Sadler as Sullivan. Paul Buttigieg Sr. will be very, very unhappy with that, but he's going to climb through the race. And Ezra Simons, 24th position, Jason McFadden. And that is the lights up, Christopher. Your time to shine, son.
They're about to get ready for a start here. Ballast has been applied. The quicker guys in race 1 will be slowed down just a little bit, but will it be enough? We're going to find out in just a moment because they are racing. And it's a pretty even start, but it looks like Jake Buttigieg has the better of it. Oh, someone's been turned straight off the bat, and that is one of the Rangiak cars into the wall. That's unfortunate to see. But here goes Buttigieg. He's up into second position. Matt Munro's made his way up into third. What a start from him. He was down in 7th position, so really nailed the start in the BMWs. It looks like Kirk and Benny Hines going side by side here, just slotting in. But Kirk just taking a little bit too much grass on the exit, and he's going to be absolutely vulnerable here to Ryan Nielsen. Looking up the inside of the kink. They go side by side now into the braking zone. Oh, there's contact, and that's who's that? Cook on the receiving end here, on the behind these two, trying to force his way through, but there's nowhere to go. Geez, no tears spilt, no milk spilt. That is unreal. Those guys kept the cars on the track there with all the jostling for position that was happening. Down the back here, it looks like Nathan Hughes is giving Wallace a good old bloody push through the back. Who's in front of him? Braden Moore. That is Wallace, and then Cook in front of him. And look at the cars just streaming down the back straight. That looks like Lockie Grant having a little go up the inside there of somebody else. But there's battles all up and down the track here. Down here at, where are we? 15th position. Lucas Greatorex, he's got Moore and McFadden in front of him. Oh, that's there's an accident out the front here.
Oh, no.
Look at that. There's an absolute car park. Illich Wallace getting involved. Benny Hines getting involved. Still piling up back there. That's not good to see. But Jake Buttigieg still leads. Matt Munro up to third. Dion Clerk up to third. Lachlan Grant up to fourth. Good start from him. He was off the front row, but just a little bit tardy through the opening stanza. Gee whiz, now these two, Cook and Hines, swapping positions through the chicanes. Wowee. A little bit of action there, but everyone survived, kind of.
Nearly did. It was nearly clean up until the last turn, unfortunately. Yeah. McFadden's come all the way from last and in 16th, though, so he's had a cracker of a start. He'll be very, very happy with that, and he's got some customers in front of him that he's familiar with at the moment. Hey, there's a send and a half there from Andre Elliott. No, that is Andre Elliott, and he's absolutely sent it too hard. Punted someone else and punted himself off for fair measure as well. That's karma coming right back at you, unfortunately, there for the dock. But nonetheless, he'll keep going, and it's all happening here. Sensational TV. We've got battles up and down the grid. McFadden is right up there on the clacker of Ezra Simons in front of him. He's off the circuit too. Nearly monkey see, monkey do. Too wide there from Simons and Bensley. Oh, that was incredible stuff. Bensley gets muscled out of it. Unfortunately, he's going to lose 2 places in the one corner there. McFadden and Elliott and Ezra right on the back end of that sort of battling will get you no places further up the grid, unfortunately, for Sam Bensley. But McFadden on the charge here now. He's got his Kiwi counterpart in front of him at that final hairpin. Nearly touching front and rear bumpers there. That is incredible to see what they're doing and keeping it clean at the moment. The lead is still on at the moment for Buttigieg. He is out by 1.7 seconds. Got a little bit of a battle here from everyone else behind him. Benny Hines is on the charge between himself and Fitness over 7th and 6th. We want to see what's going on there because, holy mackerel, that is going to be one feisty little battle. I can tell you what, the Fabian will defend for his life. Benny Hines will attack for his life here. It's like shark versus, I don't know, a piece of tuna in the grand scheme of things. They're having a good crack at each other, and they're nearly just on the back end of a passing manoeuvre coming for Benny Hines. If you can get 3/10 up the road, you'll be within one, and that should be all over Fabian Fitness. But Nielsen really hustling here. Lachlan Grant off the front row at the start, got done by Dion and Matt Munro, and now he's got Nielsen for company. Nielsen, oh geez, that's aggressive stuff there. Push each other wide. Touch. I think there was a little touch there for the both of them too. There was. Nielsen just really snaking it and sends it up the inside as well. Oh, that's incredible racing here from the both of them too. Touching here, sending it up the inside there. A bit of outside trailer park girl style around the outside. Moves there from Nielsen. He's on the advantageous side of the hairpin onto the final turn. He'll get this job done, but he has to go really wide on exit and a touch as well, because that was very hairy indeed. And I think at the moment, unfortunately for poor old Lachlan Grant, he's going to get sucked up here by Fabian Fitness if he's not going to be too careful about it. Fabian will send it up the inside. He doesn't know. Keeps it nice and racy there. Time from Fabian Fitness, just biding his time. As Chris said in the race one, playing checkers when you're on a chessboard is the game to play at the moment. You can see Fabian Fitness just letting Lachlan Grant go, because that is exactly what happens. Yep. You push too hard and you will go wide, and that gives you all the opportunity for a suck here. Grant will see this coming. He'll go defensive, but Fabian stuffed it around the outside anyway. He's going to lose it under brakes, but can he pull it up in time? He can for a side-by-side action. This is great racing from Grant and Fabian. He gets the job done into 5th place, Trailer Park Girl style. And here comes Benny Hines and Captain Kirk involving themselves in this 4-way tussle here. Oh, this could be interesting. 4 of the quickest guys all tussling over 5, 6, 7th and 8. Woohoo, this is interesting stuff.
Oh, that was unreal. I was, for all money, thought Fabian was just going to sail it off into the grass there with the amount of closing speed he had, but managed to just keep it on the track, and only just so, and have the momentum to just pull away once he got the car straightened up. That was unreal car control there from the fitness man. But look at the, who's that? Will Kirk now chiming in on the back of this little battle pack. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them all having a little scuffle in the foreground there. Fabian Fitness has just skipped away from these 3. But I tell you what, Will Kirk has got the best seat in the house here for this little battle. Benny Hines looking for a way around Lockie Grant. And I tell you what, this circuit doesn't seem to be the easiest to make an overtake. That's what makes for a great racing circuit, in my opinion. Yeah, the harder it is to overtake, the better it is for the viewing at home. And that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen, to keep you entertained. And I swear to God, I'm entertained here. Here goes Will Kirk looking around the outside. This is where Fabian went for it last lap, should I say. But Benny Hines getting a little bit squirrely on the exit. And, oh, man, can Kirk close the gap? He can. He's right up behind him. You can sniff the deodorant he put on this morning. He's that close, but just nowhere to pass. You just got to, as Zach said, play checkers on a chessboard. That's the way to do it. Now, Benny Hines up behind Lachlan Grant, as Lachlan Grant just makes a little bit of a mistake through that sector, and just brings it back to these guys. This is nose to tail action, 3-way battling, menage a trois, if you will. And I tell you what, who doesn't love one of those? I tell you what, on your TV screens, if you get caught by your missus with that on in the background, you're in a bit of trouble. But but I tell you what, it's sensational TV, so all is well in the world. But I tell you what, who is going to come out on top of these 3? Lachlan Grant doing a fantastic job holding off these 2 for now.
Geez, it's incredible racing there. All sort of cork in the bottle situations. One error will bank one back into the other. And on the slide there is Benny as well. Really pushing that car to the nth degree. Lachlan Grant got a better exit, so he's not going to be as a threat at the moment. He just keeps it on the circuit. Beautifully stuff. But Captain is on a crouch here at the moment. He's got the afterburners on, and just trying to make his way through any of these cars in front of him is going to be a tricky task. And it's not going to be too tricky now, because Grant's made an error. But there goes Benny Hines straight through into 6th place. He goes. Lachlan Grant's now under pressure. He's going to have the red mist descending on his helmet. Can he nose it in and keep it going too? Yes, you can see poor old Captain watching on at the back of this little pack here. Really tight on the brakes here was the Captain. And I think he's dummy Grant into a braking maneuver.
No.
On the slide, the Captain gets it sorted anyway. That was great car control, but a poor situation for him. He nearly got overdone there on the ambitious scale, but he managed to survive out of this one. Matt Munro, however, is right on the clacker of Buddy Geg, and Dion is also on the clacker of him too. So this is a 3-way battle here for the lead too as well, ladies and gentlemen. 7 minutes 40 odd in this one, and it's still cracking on. Absolutely sensational driving. Here goes Matt Munro on the defensive. Such an effort touch as well. And now Dion right on the back of Matt Munro's clacker. Gives him a little bit of a punt, and they survive it somehow. Buttigieg's looking at this going, keep going, boys, because I want to skip away. I'm getting caught here. But at the moment, Matt Munro's released himself from the clutches of Dion Clerk. And now Ryan Nielsen's getting involved on this one too. And possibly Fabian Fitness, who has galloped away to butt it from Benny Hines and Lachlan Grant there in that battle. It was 2 seconds away. And now he's only 6/10 or so on the back of this battle for the top 5 and all fighting for first position. What can you read here? Absolutely stellar job from all these drivers so far.
Put your bets on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm betting on a 5-way battle for the lead of this race in coming in a couple of laps. Oh, no, but Matt Munro's made a big mistake there. That will invite Dion Clerk, but he's made a mistake as well. There goes Ryan Nielsen looking up the inside, and he will get that job done. Fabian Fitness trying to follow him through. They go door to door here at the moment, but it looks like Dion has just pulled out of that battle for now. Fabian giving him more room than he needed to there, but that is a consolidation in that position there for both of those guys. Dion Clerk dropping 2 positions there, but now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars within the view. Jake Buttigieg loving life at the moment because he does have a little bit of breathing room. But can Ryan Nielsen bring the blowtorch to the back of that aqua green BMW of Matt Munro? Now, that it remains to be seen. But Matt Munro just eyes forward at the moment, looking for that race, that elusive race win. Actually did get one in race 1, the first race of the season, actually. But since then, he's been behind the 8 ball big time. That'll be something that will certainly happen sooner or later. But I'll tell you what, the lull in proceedings has just fallen upon us, so we're going to go back and look for some battles back here. Nathan Hughes and Lachie Grant, both in the black looking BMWs, won the JPS. Oh no, that's Lachie Grant's hit the outside wall and spun around like a top. There goes Illich into the back of him. Oh, that's a disaster for both of those guys. Big damage on Illich's car. You can see already big right hand down there from the sidelines. He's going to have to try and survive the last 5 minutes. That's going to be tough work. Let's go on the inside because I can see that right hand down from here. Look at that. Oh, wow. No. That's bad news for the Illich garage. They're going to have their work cut out trying to fix that. But I'll tell you what, here goes Ryan Nielsen looking up the inside of Matt Munro now on the final hairpin. It looks like he's got that job done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get up high. Let's see this. A little bit of quarter panel rumming between them, a little bit of side drafting. Matt Munro just has the overlap, so Ryan Nielsen has to give him room. Oh, no. A little bit of a rub and tug there, but Matt Munro sails off into the kitty litter, loses 2 positions. That's what you get for being a little bit cheeky, and now just turns Fabian Fitness around. That's horrible driving. Oh, man. Just when you think he's got it together, he goes and punts another person. So maybe penalties coming for Matt Munro now. It's getting beyond a joke, ladies and gentlemen. He is better than that. Hopefully, he can show a bit of that in the coming races.
Maybe need some comments from the super coach and his brother.
Well, he won't listen to me, mate. I've tried to tell him how to race. Mate, I can count how many people I've punted on one hand. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm on that hand too, I tell you what. But anyway, nonetheless, it's happening between the Munro brothers on and off the circle. What the hell is Greater X doing? Is he driving on a keyboard or something? Because that absolute bamboozled me with the amount of steering lock he had on trying to get through that corner.
Wow,
let's see what he's doing. Let's a bit of a case study. No, it can't be on a keyboard because that is too smooth for a keyboard style.
Smooth.
So no, hang on. What is that? That is some steering angle there. Fernando Alonso style times 4, Renault R25, but he gets the job done, does Greater X. He's just he's probably thinking he's behind the front. Look at that. He's scrubbing those tyres like no tomorrow. But anyway, nonetheless, it is interesting to see how these guys go about it on the racetrack, and they're all having a good crack at the moment. The lull, as Chris said, has sort of happened. Unfortunately, Grant's way down in 21st position from all that little battle, and Fabian's trying to regather any compensation he possibly can from coming together on the last lap as well with the old Munro man. And I reckon here for Captain Kirk, this is the best possible place for him with the reverse top 15 coming his way. He'll start just in 10th and watch the carnage ensue in front of him and maybe get through. But at the moment, Fitness really still driving very well. we've got a lot of people in the chat saying they're on the Matt Munro shortlist. And I've been punted.
BZ's on my shortlist. I did punt him once, and that's how many times I've punted people. I can actually remember when that happened. That was at least 3 years ago. So that's, I can tell you the circuit as well. It's a Le Mans circuit, the inner track there in a GT4. That's when I punted him.
Look at two races having free real estate in each other's heads for the last 3 years there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, I'd have commission on those two. Wow. Anyway, nonetheless, the racing is still happening. Fitness versus Kirk is on here at the moment. It looks like William Wallace has had a DNF. He's out of this one. Maybe a big collision with the wall, and he's sent it harder down the inside into the pit lane. But it's still on for Dion Clerk and Benny Hines. They're only half a second behind Ryan Nielsen each. So this battle for the second, third, and fourth place is hot property here with 2 minutes left in this one. This could be also down to the wire. We've got three guys who are very quick, but also very erratic sometimes when it comes to battling. And Benny Hines has had the target on his back all night here leading the championship. They've all been all over him like a fly to a piece of the proverbial. And he's been coming out sometimes on top, sometimes behind. But here goes Fitness on Kirk. Kirk's had a mare. Fitness is just door-rubbing himself into turn 5 we go. This is incredible racing. Fitness can't get the job done over Captain Kirk at the moment. Kirk's wonder he's lost it, and he's going to lose all the momentum. Here goes Fitness. He's blocked him at the last second as well as Captain. Oh, two side by side through the flat out double triple rider end is coming our way. And how the hell does Captain Kirk flattened it out the outside and kept it together? That is incredible car control from both of them. Wow, he's on the slide again now. Those wheels are absolutely hot on the collar of Will Kirk's car. And Fabian Fitness is hoping that he comes to fruition here with a minute left in this one. Maybe he gets himself inside the top 5, Fabian. Maybe he doesn't. But Captain is holding on for dear life here. And what's happened to Ryan Nielsen and Dion Clerk? They've come together. Or is it timing tower? No, it's not doing funny things. This is all happening here. This is what we were looking for. Second, third, and fourth, Christopher. Last lap of the race. Here we go.
This is where it's at. This is where you want to be in the final lap of the race 2 here at Wednesday Cup. It looks like Benny Hines just trying to line up an overtake here on Dion Clerk, but he's just made a meal of it. Goes off into the bunda. So that just lets the pressure valve off Dion for now. He's only got 3/4 of a lap to hold on, and he'll be happy with a third place. I'll tell you what, all he's got to do is keep it off the grass, and he goes and puts it on the grass. Here goes Benny Hines now up the side. He's going to just give him a bath on the way through, but here goes Dion, just a returning serve, very late on the brakes, and classic over under here from Ben Hines. That will do the job just about. He will have the right hand side here, but it's a little left kink, so it's side by side still. Oh, he had to yield. Wow, he's very close to that tyre bundle as well. Almost ended up in the bin, but geez, that was a great little exchange here from these two. Cannot look away because you don't know who's going to finish this first. Where's Jake Buttigieg? He's coming around towards the final sector now, but look, it's like this has just petered out. There's another little battle back here with that Andre Elliott up on Sam Bensley. He's going to just squeeze his way through now. Oh, just a little bit of smoke coming through the tyres. Another up and under there from Bensley, at least the attempted one. But here is Jake Buttigieg rounding the final turn. Look at the gaggle of cars behind him. We got to give him some love because that's a win in the Buttigieg house. He goes across the line to take the win in race 2. Ryan Nielsen, another second. He is on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dion Clerk does hold on for third. He'll be happy with that. That's his first podium in Wednesday Cup and in AK Racing. So congratulations, Dion, on that finish. Fantastic drive, and what a beautiful battle to finish it off as well with this man on screen, Hines. He's been on fire as well, just finishing outside the positions for this one. But Fitness up there in 5th, just giving his mate Kirk a little bit of a rubby, and return serve from Kirk. Thank you very much, he says. Matt Munro pops himself off into the bin, and deservedly so with some of that driving. There is Nathan Hughes in 8th position. 9th is Cook. 10th is Simons. Ehrlich crosses the line in 11th position with Andre Elliott. Sam Bensley in 13th. Brody Barber will start off the front row there in 14th with James Pedersen. Will start off the front row off pole position to be exact. Last time we saw him start off pole position, he actually ended up winning the race. So he'll be looking to do that again. Certainly capable of it. So let's hold on to our hats for that one. Ian O'Brien, 16th. Paul Buttigieg, 17th. Greater X, 18th. Johnny Sadler in 19th. Lockie Grant, as we saw, coming to grips with the wall, but still having a little celebration there in 20th. Jason McFadden has seen better days out there, ladies and gents. Braden Moore in 22nd. Sullivan on debut there in 23rd position, with Wallace in 24th. And I think we had one more car in 25th position. Who was it? It was Johnny Singh. No, we had a DNF somewhere along the line. But that is your race 2 done and won.
And what a cracker it was. It was battles all the way up and down the field. You couldn't pick who was going to win that one at any stage realistically. It was Jake Buttigieg to win, and he did it. But he got under fire at the end there, and he could see those 3 angry cars battling away. If they just kept line astern and just kept pushing each other along, I reckon they would have caught him. But anyway, big loss for McFadden. If you don't know the deal for McFadden, ladies and gentlemen, every time he gets inside the top 10, his cousin in Brian donates him 10,000 hair follicles, but every position out of it, he gets 10,000 less. So he gets on the head, and then the next week he gets it all taken off again. Poor old McFadden. He'll be spewing 22nd place with him, but nonetheless, race 3 is going to be racing soon. And can Mr. Pedersen take it from Poland, take the win for a second time? 2 times in a row he's been off it. Can he get the job done? We'll only find out here for the final one. 17-minute top 15 reverse grid, ladies and gentlemen. Sensational TV AK Racing Wednesday Cup is all about to heat up here. Cannot wait to call it. We'll be back with you at Sensational TV in just a hot second.
Welcome back, viewers. It's race 3. That means we've got a top 15 reverse grid. There is on the screen at the moment our pole sitter, James Pedersen. He's got Brody Barber on his outside. Behind him, Sam Bensley in the Texaco number 12. Andre Elliott up there. He must be a smoky. This is where you can get your good return on investment bets in, ladies and gents. All this upsy-turvy down bloody top 15 reverse grids. You got a bloke like Andre Elliott up there in the top 5. With also James Pedersen, who is a proven race winner. Any of those guys can win. Anyone in this whole grid can win now. Now that we've introduced the ballast rule, it's slowing them down at the front. It's bringing them all in. Sarge Illich is behind them, with Ezra Simons yet to join the server. He's still got 1 minute and 20 seconds to do so. Hayden Cook behind him, with Hughes down there in 19th position. Matt Munro will start 10th. We've decided we're going to call him the Garbologist from now on. He's finally got his nickname, and he's the Garbologist. Why? Because he puts people in the bin. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. He's going to have to work to get rid of that nickname, ladies and gents. Will Kirk off 11th place. Watch him. Here come the guys that have been pushing the front end of this race. Fabian Fitness behind him. Benny Hines sitting in behind those guys. So he can probably just sit behind them and try and follow them through. There's quite a few to get through. Oh, God, we got Clerk, Nielsen, Buttigieg, O'Brien, Senior Buttigieg, Greater Sadler in 20th. Grant, McFadden, Moore, Sullivan, and Wallace round out the rest of your field. 25 seconds to go, Zach. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final race of the event. I'm going to take you through the first lap here and just be a bit self-generous in the commentary box. But the lights are up, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to take it? Can Pedersen get it from the front? Those V8 judges are absolutely singing to the high heavens here. We've got 6 lights here. We are about to go racing. And as we get the green light, we are off and going here for Pedersen. Beautiful start. He's just blitzed the ball. He's gone bang and said, thank you, I'll take that one. That is Sam Bensley in 3rd place there as well. 4th place now because the Doc has gone straight up the inside. The chef, he's gone right up there, which is really good. But they're hustling and carnage in the background there. They're all getting jostled in, taking shortcuts left, right and centre. The chef has gone backwards at a rate of knots. He's in 6th place now. And that is Sam Bensley all over the shop. And that short forces the chef out the outside. Can't get the job done, but the captain's got the afterburners on here. 3 wide between himself and Nathan Hughes. Squeeze. Oh, geez. There was nothing between the 3 of them there. They got it done. Hughes is going to be careful on the brakes here because Kirk's going to switch back up the inside. Nathan Hughes, Mr. Drifter on the outside, sliding, bumping the rear corner panel in front one. Oh, that was hairy stuff there. The chef's going way, way forward here at the moment. He's got a bit backwards, sorry. He's got absolutely nothing off the start. He's gone from 4th to 11th. And you can see in front of him, that's Dion Clerk there all over. And Fabian Fitness has ran wide too. So the cook is going to be right up there. Can he get the meat on the burners and start cooking that beautiful T-bone to medium rare perfection? We'll find out. But look at this, 4 cars in front now. You can see Fabian Fitness really on the arse end there of Dion Clerk. Benny Hines is involved in this one as well. Sam Benson's a cork in this one at the moment. Can he hold on, Samo? Got to get it going, mate. Keep it defensive. And look at Fabian. He just does not care around the outside. Oh, that was Clerk as well around the outside too, sorry. And he's going to go up the inside here on Benny Hines and take that position. But can he hold on to it with that wider exit? He can. He gets the job done. And that was close from Benny Hines swiping the nose off. But he's got half an opportunity again. There's Hines on Clerk. Clerk's on the red car, Hines on the yellow, and look at these two side by side, drafting down the front straightaway. Hines is going to go fat on the inside, cuts the inside corner off circuit, taking an advantage, FIA style, but he gets the job done there, and that was beautiful stuff from everyone involved. All the carnage started to come to fruition, but Munro, that was absolutely fantastic racing from the rest of them. Yeah. To opening lap.
Yeah, great opening lap there from the guys, all just getting out of the way and navigating it nicely. And that's so hard to do in a top 15 reverse grid because the braking zones are just wildly varied from the guys at the front to the guys at the back. So very nicely done from the whole field to get that job done nicely. But up here, the battle's on for second position. James Pedersen just missing his braking marker there, letting Illich straight through the inside, sliding up like a slithery snake there. Does the perfect job. Simmons is now the next cab on the rank, looking to take advantage of James Pedersen just being a little bit, maybe a little bit frazzled. But Kirky has just popped him. He's taken a leaf out of the Munro book and has popped him right off into the bin. Kirk he's going to have to slow down. That was a bit of a hip and shoulder there, but he will charge on as prescribed here at the moment on an absolute warpath. Pedersen just getting out of it as well. He says, I don't want any of that smoke. He says, you go through, sir, and I'll just hop onto the back. And when you catch up to Illich, hopefully I can be close enough to take advantage of that as well. But Will Kirk doing a great job here at the moment regardless. But I tell you what, there's battles down the back, there's battles up the front. Here's one here with Sullivan, our newcomer, just sliding up the inside of Johnny Sadler. That's good stuff from him. Clattering across the curbs as well in that bright green. I love that colour. You can't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. He's got, tell you what, Sadler's not going to lay down and let him just walk all over him at the moment, looking to return serve. But the pace on Sullivan now, just the car's coming to him here in race 3, which is good signs for the rest of the season, because that's what you want to do. You want to start somewhere and then improve from that position. Now here's a little gaggle of cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all getting stuck in. We're going to ride on board with Grant because he's got Wallace right in his sights. Jeez, that was close. There might have been some bumping there. Lachlan going the inside line. That is the line. Look at him go up the inside now. That's a beautiful move. He's going to get 2 in 1. Moore's the next one on his list. They're going to go 2 by 2. But gee whiz. Oh, that's good. That's good racing. But back here, Nielsen and Moore now. Moore just going around the outside. Nielsen trying to keep the car straight in the back end, but Moore just having the best of that. Well, that's, who's that? Ryan Nielsen around the outside as well. No, Wallace. Just shooting it up, and he will take Moore's, Nielsen's position there. Moore's going to be a sitting duck as well. He's moving slowly down the inside. Can Wallace take advantage? He does. Sails around the outside into turn 1. Easy as you like. But up here, Paul Buttigieg getting overtaken by Dion Clerk as well. Up here, Hughes on the back of Pedersen.
Yeah, looking good. He's Hughesy at the moment. Merv's Lovechild really going for it. And Pedersen's ran wide there, so Hughes has got the easiest overtake of his life. They're done. Already sold for the JPS livery, and he's got this battle for 4th place on his collar. He's got 2.7 seconds up the road between himself and the Captain Kirk. That's going to be a tough one to catch up on. The Doc is 3.9 seconds out in front with 5 minutes gone in this one already. That is going to be someone to catch. Charles Illich in 2nd place, looking very nicely at the moment. This is a cracking battle. There goes Fabian Fitness versus Hines again. Switching positions of these two. They're giving nothing to each other. They're leaving absolutely nothing on the table, bumping and grinding and shafting each other as much as they can with no VAS. I'll tell you what, they're all having a good crack at each other at the point of time. And look at Fabian on the defensive. Benny just needs to go wide, then cut it back in, shallow exit, and maybe get a run onto the front straightaway. But he can't get the power down as well as Fabian Fitness. So play on here, Fitness in 6th place. Hines in 7th. Then we've got Dion Clerk behind him, about 3 seconds away. So could be on here, but Kirk is now all over the back of Sargillich. Two and a bit tense over third, and that is disaster up in front. I think that was Hughesy off in the distance there. Pedersen and him have switched positions again, so that is interesting. But the Kirk man in third place is going to take second off Sarge here. He's got a beautiful run up the inside. This is going to be a textbook up the inside move. If he can get the job done, Sarge has ran it wide, and Kirk has gone slap it into the apex. Power out of the corner, gets that job done into second. Now he's got Dr. Dre 4.1 seconds up the road to catch him. This man has definitely got the afterburners on in Battlestar Galactica or whatever it is he is part of. The captain, he's racing the tits off this BMW tonight. It is awesome stuff.
Someone get the fire extinguisher and put him out. He's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. He has cut through this field like a hot knife, and he's got a 4-second gap to make up. And I'll tell you what, in 10 minutes, that is certainly possible at the moment because he is flying. But back here, it's they're going to go 3 wide here. Who's that around the outside? Hughes just keeping it on the track. We've got Pedersen, Fitness, Hines chiming in as well. Let's go to the top view because we're going to need it. Fitness and Hughes side by side. Fitness has the inside for the hairpin, so he will have the better of that. Poor old Hughes just getting hung out to dry there a little bit, but they all just Constantina out a little bit now. But Pedersen has done well to keep himself in the top 10 so far. Still 9 minutes to go, but there's a nice little gap between him and Clerk behind. So if you can just hang with this crew and let them battle away, anything could happen to him. He might just have the race come to him. But what happened there? He's just short shifted. I think maybe a bit of compression lock there in the back, and throws himself around. So that's unfortunate for Pedersen. He's still got time in this race. No, he's actually pulling it up. Having a shocker there. He's had to go through the through the chicane, and he's letting everyone go by. Maybe having some hardware issues or something in the real world distracting his time and patience there, or attention, should I say. But Benny Hines, here we go. We're going to ride on board with him. Oh, geez, that's Nathan Hughes. Really had to check up on the brakes there. As he caught up to Hughes at the midpoint of the corner, and Hughes was doing about 10-15 k's slower than Ben Hines was closing in on him. Very good awareness there to stay out of his rear bumper indeed. But Fabian Fitness, you can see just out the front window, not really dropping these guys either, because Hines has the pace and so does Hughes. But when they're locked in a tight battle like this, they're not going to be able to hang on to the back of Fitness, who has a bit of clear air in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting to see what Hines versus Hughes comes to fruition. We've got a love child versus a can of beans, and they're racing the tits off each other at the moment. You can see Merv's love child on the slide. He's going to lose a place here if he's not careful. Benny's going to try and slip his way up the inside like an eel at bloody Loch Ness Lake, and he just swipes the nose off this Nathan Hughes. That was incredible stuff there for both of them not to take each other out of that one. Now it's a bit of a suck train. He's not going to get the job done, but can Hines just send up the inside? No, he doesn't. He thinks about it again. Hughesy, however, has just gone a little bit too wide there. Pulls it up at the last moment, though. Cracking car control from these two, but it's advantage Hines here, I could say, just by the car behaviour and where they're lining each other up on the exit. What can Benny do? He's got a bit of ballast on, and he's got a little bit of fire under the belly at the moment. And you can see that Benson and Edges livery BMW absolutely singing to the high heavens. Nathan Hughes is under all sorts of pressure here, running it wide there, and now they're going to try and go 1.5 cars wide through that, and they just got it done. That is beautiful stuff there from the commentator in the background of Christopher Munro there, calling all the action. It is absolutely fantastic to watch these guys do what they do best and race cleanly at the moment. Benny Hines just all over the back of Nathan Hughes, but Hughesy making that BMW very, very wide indeed. Oh no, what's happened to Captain Kirk? He's gone down. Him and Sargillich were there. He's off in the bunda as well. Oh, disaster for the captain. He had it all to win tonight. Yeah. He could have sailed into second place and caught Doc, but he's come up proper. And Fitness and Illich have gone straight past him again, and he's in this battle now. Here comes Nathan Hughes right on his arse end at the moment with Benny Hines. Two angry customers joining the freight train of battling. What can Captain do? Can he get his head clear in the racing department, get himself further through the race? I think it can, because he's just out of the way. Hughes has had a mare, though, on the exit, and I think Benny Hines here could be on for an outside move, Trailer Park Girl style, if he can dummy Nathan Hughes into this one. He can't. Nathan Hughes sticks it fat on the inside of the track, and on the slide on exit, it's going to hurt him, but it hurts Benny Hines as well. He got checked up, and now Hines has got a bit of an overlap here. Has he got the guts? No, he doesn't. They chop the nose each other off again. Nearly deja vu there, Groundhog Day style for Benny Hines last race as well. In the same position on the track just get squeezed. But now it is all to play for, and look who's coming behind them. I'll tell you what, Dion, if these guys keep battling, you're going to be right up there, son.
Yeah, he's got about a 3-second gap to make up, but I tell you what, Hines, I love the way he goes about his racing. He is so on it, and he's thinking ahead. He's anticipating the moves that Hughes is going to throw at him. Makes no contact at all. Anticipates where he's going to be on the track. Goes for the outside move, goes for a late apex to try and get that slingshot effect and have the momentum down the straight to try and get that move done halfway down the straight. And that is just textbook racecraft, in my opinion. I have got a big stiff for this bloke at the moment. I'll tell you what, Benny Hines setting the commentary box on fire here at the moment. I love how he goes about his business. He's got a bit of ballast on as well too, so keep that in mind. And there it is, just forcing the mistake. That's what it was, just sustained pressure there. But I tell you what, the old BMW has the off-road tyres on and manages to keep traction out there in the bunda. You can see the line there that Benny takes. He dips it out wide when Nathan Hughes goes for that sort of inside defensive move, and that really sets him up for the momentum down this little, I guess, not so straight section. But look at it now. Here comes the closing speed. He doesn't want to stick his nose up where it's uninvited either, because that's just going to risk your death here out on Croft circuit. But now he's got the overlap. Hughes has to give him room. Here goes Benny up the inside. This has been a long time coming. He's set this up, moves corners in advance, and he's made the job stick. But he's probably could have shut the door on him, but he knows that he's going to have the inside line for this next couple of turns. Gets across to defend, sticks his car in the middle. That's the perfect spot for it. Hughes actually just overcooks it, and there goes Benny up into 5th position. What a beautiful overtake.
Now look, who's in the back of it now? Dion Clerk is here, ladies and gentlemen. He is here, and I'm a bit sad at the moment. Harley Marshall is in love with Chris's voice, and I tell you what, I've been told that many times that the old Chris in the vocal department on my end just makes me absolutely sound like a complete bogan. So, Buggies, you're going to have to stick with me because I'm here. It's Sensational TV, Harley Marshall. Stick that up, you clacker, mate. But nonetheless, just a joke. And we're looking at the battle because Clerk now has got Hughesy in his sights, 3/10 away. This is the closest battle on the circuit at the moment. Dion just ran a little bit wide there, tried the late apex, shallow exit, and he gets the job done. He didn't lose any time there, even though it looked like he went too wide. So you can take 3 or 4 different lines through that corner, as Chris said before, and it's beautiful to see these boys having a good old tussle here over the 6th and 7th place. What can Hughes do? Can he reconsolidate his tempo and brake pressure? He can't because he's ran wide there again. This corner is 100% the worst one for him. He's getting done every time at that one. Dion's got the sniff now. He's just going to have to try and stiff it up the inside or go around the outside, stick it fat, send it somehow, because Nathan Hughes is on the slide. His tyres are a bit hot, and you can see the car behaviour from Nathan Hughes. Just darts it in, nearly Scandi flicks it into a corner just to get the thing pointed in. It's awesome to see these cars have a go around. It's absolutely brilliant stuff. But anyway, it's good on the grand scheme of racing things. These guys stick it fat, keep it going. Andre Elliott in 8-second lead, 2 minutes and 56 left in this one. These boys are still racing for sheep stations here. I'll give you the hot tip. Hughes fighting for his life. Where's Heather? We haven't seen her tonight in the chat. Maybe she'll look back at it and go for that move, and sliding it away around the corner. Jake Buttigieg, it's Paul Buttigieg actually, because Jake blew up his gearbox. And Paul, the last one left on the track, doing the Buttigieg name proud for now, because he's got a very, very angry Brian's cousin behind him. He wants those 10,000 hair follicles. I'll give you the hot tip, and he's given it all. Oh, he gives Buttigieg a bit of a curry there. I think that's a bit of a redress move there from Jace. Come on, man. Get it back on. I know you get on bald and hairy and bald and hairy, but geez Louise, incredible stuff. You've got to get yourself some haircut at some stage. But Buttigieg, 11th place, and Dion Clerk versus Hughes is not over. Also, Captain Kirk has climbed off the back there of Sargilic as well. 3/10, 1/10 of well. Now it's on for the Donkey Kong. Around the outside goes Captain. Oh, that is move of the night. That is absolute sending it hardcore style, and he's got that job done beautifully. He's going to defend the line, but the Sarge's got no answers for him. Captain into 3rd place, consolidating every single opportunity he possibly can, where all the fruitions of racing coming his way in race 3, and he's still found himself up in...
No, we've lost him. No, he's back. No? Yeah, we lost you. We lost you momentarily there. I don't know. Something must have happened there. But we're back with the action here. Andre Elliott leads Fabian Fitness up into 2nd. Finally gets a bit of good luck in the racing department. Up into 2nd. Will Kirk, as we saw, classic overtake on Sarge Illich. But I'll tell you what, Illich will be happy with 4th so far if he can return serve on Kirky. But it's a tall order because that bloke is absolutely on fire tonight. You can see the pace in the pace department. He's already put almost 9/10 on him already. So just got to consolidate that 4th position. And that's how you win championships, ladies and gents. Don't get too hot under the collar when you're not in the position that you want to be in, because it can end up being worse for you in the long run. But here's the battle now. Dion Clerk has caught up to Nathan Hughes, and they are just a beestick away from each other. What have I done there? Let's get the overview there. But Hughes goes wide. That's inviting Dion up the inside here for this little right-hander. Now they're side by side, maybe even with Clerk in front. They are, but gee whiz, they're tight. Hughes has the inside line, but he just hangs it fat around the outside. Trailer Park Girls style. We see now the radiuses of the turn start to tighten, and there goes Hughes. Just he's too used to drifting it. He just wants to stick that arse end out where it is not invited, and that has seen the demise of him in this particular instance. He goes down to 7th position. Doesn't lose any more because we're late in the game, and it's 10 seconds to go. We're about to call the final whistle of this match here tonight. Race 3, ladies and gentlemen. Andre Elliott will not be caught by any sort of hardware or internet disaster. Down here, it looks like Jason McFadden, or maybe it's just the timing tower. Oh no, who was that? That
was Grant.
Someone just flying into the fence there. Maybe that looked definitely like a hardware fail. That was like the wheel just gave up and darted him across the track. Poor old Lockie Grant just can't catch a break lately. Jason McFadden, however, has made his way up into the top 10, chasing down Paul Buttigieg for the final positions. Actually, maybe that was a bit of a redress from the incident we saw earlier. But let's ride on board with Andre Elliott as he rounds the final turn. This is your race 3 winner, ladies and gentlemen, the 07 Dr. Dre. We haven't forgotten about him, and now his names are up in lights as he crosses the line for the win in race 3. Easy as you like. Was out in front by lap 2 or 3 and was never sighted again and absolutely gapped the field. Here's Fabian Fitness, battled his way through to 2nd position. Great stuff from him. Will Kirk, driver of the night. He's been unstoppable on the pace. You can just see the body language in that car. He just had that thing absolutely on rails. Well done to him as a latecomer to the series. So he will rocket up the championship order and get himself a little bit of ballast for his troubles. Sarge Illich, great result for him up in 4th. That could be his best result in Wednesday Cup to date. I'm not sure if he's had a podium yet. He's knocking on the door though, ladies and gents. Maybe next week will be his time to shine. Ben Hines as well, consistent as ever down there in 5th position. He will probably maintain that lead in the championship, and we'll find out once the results come through. Dion Clerk in 6th position as well, making headway through this Wednesday Cup field. When he joined a couple of seasons ago, he was down the back, but now he's a regular up there in the top 10. So that's a good feeling to have when your name is Dion Clerk. He's making headway there. Nathan Hughes, he's got to stop drifting. He's got to start focusing on racing. Get off those bloody drift tracks and get on the grip tracks, and you'll find that your muscle memory starts to get a bit more equated with getting on the throttle gently. Anyway, here's Cookie up there in 8th position. Great drive from him. Jason McFadden, man, he's had some bad luck for as long as I can remember, but gets a few hair follicles out of it indeed with the 9th place position. Paul Buttigieg up in the top 10. Congratulations, Paul. He fought his way hard there through the rubbish and made his way into 10th position. Zach O'Reilly.
Yep, cracking racing from everyone. Ezra Simmons in 11th place there. Ryan Nielsen was right up there for the first 2. Back down in reality, unfortunately for him sometimes. Yeah. It comes to fruition, sometimes it doesn't. 12th place for him, but still good points haul from him. Sam Bensley in 13th. Cracking drive from him too, actually really impressive. Braveheart 14th as well. We got the Horse Saddle in 15th there as well. We've got Caterpillar in 16th, the Greater X. The Haircut 17th. We've got Monsters Inc. there in 18th place of Sullivan there. We've got Braden more or less in 19th, who's off and out. He DNF that one. Lachlan Grant had a mare as well. Unfortunately, hardware looking for him. And the windscreen and Jake Buttigieg are your final 2 place getters realistically on that track. Buttigieg absolutely sent his gearbox into oblivion we saw on the chat there early in that race. So that's why he's way down there. But Paul just giving us a nice little show there. Good to see him doing some doughies. It's great racing as always. And I'll tell you what, it's been a great call tonight, Christopher Munro. Awesome to have you in the commentary box with me. And also for the guys in the chat as well. We had bloody everyone. We had Sly Fox as well, Matt Hagerman. We had Ron. We had Harley Marshall, both of them there. Great Ward was in there. Falzon was in there. Mallow, McEwen wasn't in there. Mallow was in there as well. BZ in there as well. Fabian Kirky was in there. Scotty McEwen as well. And Fabian Fitness has just given us a super chat as well. You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much for that, Fabs. Colin Black as well. Oh, the list just goes on and on. And actually, there was a newcomer in here as well. I saw that was Dawn Black in there. Great to see you cheering on Brian's cousin.
Welcome.
It was Dawn Fraser. It's good to have you as well. But nonetheless, a beautiful racing event. As always, these BMWs are going to absolutely give us the best season of Wednesday Cup, I can tell you now. So stick around for every week on that, and the races are giving us everything that we wish for in the commentary box also. So fantastic stuff. Toby Fitness on the charge. He'll be back next week, I'm sure. And from us here at Sensational TV, it's time to say goodbye. But before we do that, Christopher, we are back for the Gen 3 Supercars on Sunday this weekend. And it's an early start to that one. So get your idiot boxes tuned in to Sensational TV from about 5 p.m. We'll have the Tier 2s and then the main grid all on the same stream, having a good crack with each other. So stick around for that with us here at Sensational TV. As always, if you've liked the broadcast, please like and a subscribe. Whoever you've got out there is absolutely appreciated. We love you all. Road to 1,000. Christopher Munro has been himself, puts the M in magnificent. He's 6 feet shorter in heels, I've been told. And I've been Zach O'Reilly.
6 inches.
And guess what?
From the
6
ground.
inches from the ground.
Hey.
And Zach O'Reilly, guess what? You're not.
Yep.
As always, from us here at Sensational TV, it's goodbye for now. But as always, until the next time, keep it flat out.